Hello my wonderful friends, it's late in the night, I'm starting the video, and the next video, before I will start it, please like, subscribe and send me questions. I'm as good as your questions are because I like to answer them, so find some time and ask me questions. The next, on Wednesday, I have appointment with Linda G. Comanche, psychic from California. We are going to do another collaboration. The last one was so popular, so this time again, probably it will be posted by Thursday. And Ken and Michelle Shelton would like to know how I'm doing my visions. So I'm putting that question on the end, and I will see how long I can talk about this. Okay. Ita9 Full. Hi Violetta, in the video last year you said that generals would stop Trump. Well, it looks like that's is happening. I'm so glad I was correct about that. So another thing, I feel that Kim Jong-un's health is much more iffy than we know. And 2 years ago in December, when I was doing video, because today I noticed that video about Prince Harry, keep your zipper up. About 80,000 at least people were watching that video, and I mentioned that he will have a pain on the left side and he will have a lot of illnesses, not one. So that somehow I feel it's not over for him yet. Now I'm starting with questions. Shirley Hill, will there be any investigation into who was given authority to cage children? And as an answer, I saw a lineup of lawyers standing and getting files of paper. So there was full room of lawyers and everyone was coming to the desk, and person behind the desk was, you take this story, you can take this story. There will be a lot of investigations. But I will pull the cards. I cleanse my cards over the candle, and thank you for your wonderful comments about the last video. I was so afraid to even post it, so I watched 2 times before, and I thought I will post it, because if I can save one person confidence that they can protect themselves, then it's worth it. And a lot of you were very happy about that, so I was proud. Will there be investigations about who led the children to be caged? 1, 2, 3. Yes, there will be a big stars from Congress, from Senate, dealing with it. Not to the full extent. Why? There will be hermits. They will have to, I think I put the cards opposite way. They will be single, and maybe it's not as bad as we feel. Maybe they will be easier to trace those children where they are, but there will be some stories about that. BMC. Do you think Congresswoman Barr Deming is the next vice president? She is former police chief. I think her father was a governor as well, so she has nice connection. She will be. She used to be a policewoman, chief of police, so she is strong. She's not not a lawyer. Excuse me. But I don't know if her father was a congressman. not congressman, governor, but somehow I feel like. And I saw Biden walking with someone, and people are staying on both sides, and she is number 5 standing. I don't know if that means that she will be the one that will be vice president. Sorry. Sandra Colombe, can you check who is behind QAnon? That's that organization that is making a lot of nasty comments. And as the answer, I saw a Confederate's flag. So there should be colors. The cross is red and the stars, and then the blue outside. So I think they are Confederates. So it is a group of people who are already making some. I'm closing my eyes when I'm pulling cards. They want to control USA. They want to make people vulnerable, dependent on them. That's a sleeping giant, probably. And they belong to the Republican Party. So they are, somehow I thought that Roger Stone was behind this too. Okay, texture paint. That girl is quite faithful to my program, asking me questions. Thank you, texture paint. When we have new president in 2020, will our alliance come back to work with us? Excuse me, it's allergy. And I saw about abused dog, and the abuser is calling, come. The dog doesn't trust him. So the new person will be calling. It will take a while for the dog to come back and trust. Now I see a back of the clock that is for whining. So everything will have to be start all over. The new time has to come, because the symbol of that butterfly at the back of the old clocks. So eventually it will come back. The new winner will be adding all the countries to the family. They will be reunited. It will take a lot of work, but that person will be very proud. The new president will be very proud of the work that is doing. It's not that easy to rebuild I will put the cards so I can shuffle them. Yeah, to rebuild the trust, especially FBI and CIA, because they were working with different countries, and now after Barr, they wouldn't know if they can trust the system, because the system is marked by those bad guys. So that there will be marks. It will be hard. Eventually it will come back, but it will take some time. Nikki is the question here. Will Trump leave before election 2020? And as an answer, I saw police in front of the White House. They are wearing helmets. They are unfriendly. But there is so many of them. So I think there will be some more riots eventually. They will have to. And I remember a long time ago I said, last day in his office, I see ambulance taking him. Some car on the signal taking him. So there will be some Oh, sorry. My light went off. One of the lights. I hope you can still see me. Okay, so will Trump leave before election? I see now the kids are riding on the rollerblades up and down on that structure, and sometimes they are jumping out. So I think eventually he will have to leave. It will be related to some. He will try to rejuvenate himself, so that might be even related to his health. We will learn about his paperwork related to Russia connections, all about juggling with the money. So that will be something that he will be. And now I have two from Leonor Jones. She's sending always the questions. Thank you, Leonor. What will happen to the election related to the blackout you predicted in October? Yes, I said that there will be some blackouts in October, electrical blackouts. But as an answer, I saw doors being without the locks, so open and close, easy movement, easy people will be moving, so that would not affect the election. I don't think that will affect the election, but I want to count. I'm always asking someone count to 3. Sorry. Okay. People, you will be able to fulfill your dreams. You will choose the winner and hard-working person, workaholic. Yes, everything will be great. Another Leonor Jones, she wants to know what will happen to democracy in the future. And I saw a big heavy-duty truck driving on the grass and making nasty damage. But eventually the grass will grow, everything will be coming back to normal after a while, so it will take a while. And what will happen to democracy? Oh, people will be fighting for democracy. There will be riots. I think there will be riots about the guns. One more killing by some crazy person, mass killings, and people will do exactly the same thing as they did right now with George Floyd. He was today was his final funeral. My best wishes to everyone who was standing up for the rights. Even in Canada, we are seeing the difference. Yes, there will be riots, there will be change, dramatic change. So it will be, and next presidents will be walking on eggshells to make sure that people are not offended. Okay, merci. Another one, I know I read that one quite often. Thank you everyone who is sending me those questions. When is William Barr facing the courts and jail time? And I saw him like a hamster walking in the ring. Yeah, he will be put through the through the spinning machine. So he will have to answer all those questions, and there will be no Trump protecting him. One. Pirates never, it's really hard to survive for pirates. And I saw a pirate symbol on the ship. So, yeah, he had a good harvest. He was happy. The journey is going to be really hard on him. Six of Swords. I was always telling you, to me, it's a cheating card. He went to the top for the money, but Page of Coins is kind of double meaning for me. It might not be for other people. Whoever is doing tarot cards, I learn because I was doing for so long for free. So I was observing what people were asking me a question, and so this card was always coming as a cheating card. Yeah, he was cheating. He was going for the success, for the top, and yeah, he will be taken for a ride. CG. Will there be a second wave in Germany? I know you were asking her or whoever. And I saw a beach before, like there is a tsunami must come. One wave came, and then the beach is, so the water is taken from the beach for quite a while, and then the more is taken, the much harder it will come back. I don't wish anyone. My brother, my family lives in Germany. I'm half German, half Polish. So I don't wish that on anyone. And they didn't have that many deaths, but they had quite a lot of people who were sick. So I know, I think 180,000, I think that was a lot. Yes, because we had 90 in Canada, and they had double amount. So, but they had very similar amount of dead people as in Canada, so they were doing much better. I think they have now in Germany a lot of conspiracy against the vaccination, against that is not real illness. So I know from my brother that he lives there, and he's saying that that's big propaganda. So sorry, but that's what I'm finding, that Germans kind of are standing up against Angela Merkel. Even she was one of the heads of the country who was able to tell people stop, obey some rules, and she protected a lot of the illness didn't hit as badly as it could have been. Okay, Eagle, another person who I know, I know just by names. Will Michael Cohen's book be out before election day? And I saw on a car, when the car is driving and someone is posting poster, so there will be some things before, and then I saw newspaper stand. We don't have any more in Canada, more in Red Deer, those stands, but before there was more stands, and everyone was grabbing the newspaper from the stand. So there are some, but not as much as used to be. Everyone is now going through the internet. So there will be information available. I'm not saying that the book will be right away printed, but there will be pieces of coming. 3 cards. Would they be? Okay. I see a screwdriver pushed to the ground. Is he going to be abused by screwdriver, or Trump is going to be abused? they would try to stop him, for sure. Trump's people would try to stop him, and he still can go to jail. So I don't know if he will be very happy to do it. Oh, big change, big change. So something will be changed, so we will learn. America will know about the president. So no matter how much they would like to muzzle him, we will know. Okay, Lisa, ZY665, hard name. She feels that Prime Minister of Canada, Justin Trudeau, looks like he is not well. And I was observing him. I can't tell you that he is feeling not too good, but when I closed my eyes, I saw him as taking Tums. So he might have some acid problems with acids. I know that people who are taking Pepto-Bismol for heartburns, they were protected from the virus. Go figure. So is Trudeau okay? He's sitting on the chair and maybe not enough movement, not enough exercise, but he is working with the word he wants to do as good as possible. With his friends, he is going back. He thinks the grass is greener somewhere else, so maybe he's thinking about retirement already. He has 4.5 more years to stay on the job. Ken, and this one is the one that Ken and Michelle Shelton asked me how I do my visions. And over about 3 years ago, when I started doing the YouTube channel, I shared that the first vision I had when I was 16, 17. And I was so afraid of my English exam next day. I was paranoid. And I know I was praying, because you can't learn a language in one night. And I was learning German and English and Russian and Polish at school. And I was so afraid. I don't know why the German was not as hard for me. It was, but now my German is out of the window, and my Russian too. The German is. And I was praying that I will know English as good as my teacher. And she was ex-model she was working in England as young woman, beautiful lady, very classy. And she learned English in England, so she was teaching us. The boys were crazy about her. Only few of them were in our class, but they were crazy. And I wanted, I don't want any more, just like her. I just want to know as much as her. And it was middle of the night, and I'm praying over and over and over. And then I had the vision. It was like I'm standing in the balcony, and we were facing across the street. There were houses, but small houses. And behind those houses, there was a park. And above the park, there is a Jesus pulling his hands to me. And when I saw this, I thought, oh gosh, I will be okay. The next day, I was going for the exam, and I was thinking, you will be okay. Don't worry, you will be okay. So that was my first vision. And after that, whenever I had some dilemma, some problems that I want to know the answer, I was waking up in the middle of the night and praying and asking the question. And all the time I was kind of blessed with some picture that was giving me a peace of mind, some understanding. And I thought, oh, that's so calming, so nice. But I never thought that that would be so easy like now. And then I was doing readings in my store, our store, my husband and mine. We owned antique store in Red Deer. And I was doing readings for free. For many years it was, you want to spend money in my store, you will get a free reading. And people were buying that. And so I didn't have too much stress when I was doing the readings, but I discovered that I know things that I will never even imagine knowing on my logic mind. But when I was doing readings, one of the first one, excuse me, there was few that shocked me. First one was to the policeman, but the one of the first ones as well was to a lady that I knew quite well. I hope she's not watching this. And I thought, we met on the parties, we met in different occasions so many times, but I never knew too much about her private life. And I'm telling her that she will have problem with the daughter. And I thought, her daughter must be a certain age. And she started crying. Oh gosh, I hit the wrong button. But the emotions were true, and she said, yes, I have that problem. She wanted to share this with someone. Yes, and I learned that there is something that I can't go to that on my normal way I'm operating on logical mind. But when I go on the subconscious mind, there is so much more information that I can have. Doing readings with private person is much easier because they are giving me energy. Doing for political subjects, you don't know those people. And they are not interested to help me with with knowing the questions. So that's something different. And then when I was holding, because people were kind of upset when I'm doing, well, not upset, but a lot of people were stressed out when they coming for the reading. So I was always asking them to hold the cards. I will hold the hands above on the side. And I said, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and relax. And then I noticed, oh, I see things. And that was nice shock, but it was nice. It was shock. And then I said, what, do you have pain? Do you have, did you fight cancer? Did you have this? And you are on a crossroad. First time I'm seeing person and I'm telling her how she feels. And sometimes they have tears right away. But it's not about tears. It's just they want to share this with me, but they don't really know how to. Now I have the plexiglass, so I'm doing the same way as I'm doing over the Skype or telephone. But when I was allowed to let people to touch my cards, it was the way that I discovered that by touching people, I was getting the visions. And now it's like people are counting 1, 2, 3. I'm getting the vision. I'm pulling cards the same way. And it's like order from above. And I believe I have spirit guide, very old, not too tall, but my angel is huge and white with beautiful white. And they are best buddies. They are very good friends. And they love to joke on me. They love to make jokes, but I love jokes too. So I think we are in nice company. Thank you for watching me. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for coming for readings. Take care of each other. Be nice to each other and stay safe. Bye-bye.